Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how to code uh, Parlindrome in the Visual Basics. So let's start the video. You should create a new project. You should go to new project and click on it, and here you have to select Visual Basics, and in Visual Basics there will be different types of forms. So I'm selecting Windows form application. Click on it and just press OK here. And if you want, you can give the name here, and you can change the location of the file where you want to save. Then you can press OK. After that, a form will be created. So right side there will be a solution explorer, and when you go to the viewpoint, there will be coder, designer, as well as opener, solution explorer, and you should go to the toolbox where you can find various types of tools. So I'm going to take button. I want to add a button, so I'm going to do a palindrome. So I want buttons, and I want the labels. Label. Again I want a label. Now I want two more labels.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for me.
Now I want text box. Text box. So when you click on it, next I want to go to the properties window. So when I click on the label, so it shows the properties of that label. So I want to change I don't want to change the names. I want to change the text name. So I'll change it as enter the number. So we are designing a form here. Enter the number. So you can change the font, you can change the font color of the text. There are so many different types of. Next I'm going to change the label to properties. So I want to change the text again of the label to. So I am writing some of the digits, some of digits. Now I want to change the label 3 property. So I'm writing as a result. Now I'm change the property of the text box. So now we cannot change here, cannot write anything in the text. So we should change here text box. We can make a short form. It will be useful for our coding text num. I'm writing like this text num. So I'm changing the properties here also label 4. I'm not going to change the text of this, let it be label 4. I'm just changing this into I'm just changing the name of that, just changing into short form. It will be easy for coding. So LBL sum, LBL sum. So I'm changing this also, same as like that. I'm writing into LBL. LBL means label, LBL result. Next I'm changing the properties of button also. If you want you can make enlarge it. So I'm changing the button to BTN, name into BTN short form, BTN 1, and I'm changing the text also. Text name I'm going to change it as check. After you enter a number, you want to press a OK button like that. I'm writing check to check the number it is a Parlindrome or what, Parlindrome or not. So now we want to write the code. You can change the color of the form also if you want. Just click on the form, it will go to the form. It's showing form 1. You can change the name, so you can change the color also. Back color you can change. So I'll change like this. You can change, or you can click here the symbol, or you can select here various types of colors you want. So like this. Next we want to write a code, so that for that now I want to write code for the click button. So when you click all the when you enter a number, so we want to check it is a Parlindrome or not. So we are writing the code for this button. So just click on this button, just go on writing the code here. First of all, we should declare the variable with dim option. So I'm writing dim. When you type, you'll get some like instructions, so you can select if you want like this. Next, declare. Dim is used for declaring. Dim or equals sum, comma, this is temporary num, comma, next num, comma, next write it as an integer. Next we are writing it LBL. So LBL, when you write it will show like this. This is called as IntelliSense. When you write a word similar to that which you want, so you will get the word based on that. So that the settings is called as IntelliSense. This is very useful for us. So just click on it, it will just apply on that. So sum LBL sum dot text is equal to text is equal to nothing. Next we are writing LBL result. So I had written in form when I showed when I in label. I just declared in the properties that LBL sum. So this is why we are using in the code. LBL result dot text is equal to nothing. Next we are writing if statement. If text num dot text is equal to nothing, then message box input is empty. Please enter a number. Please enter a number. Text num dot text focus. Text num dot focus. Exit sum. Exit sum. So why we are writing this means, so when you don't enter a number into the text box here, and you just check if you by mistake if you forgot, and you'll just don't write any numbers and just go and give click. So that time when you click, so this message will appear, input is empty, please enter a number. So for that we are using this code. So text num dot focus is used for the line which appears like a line which appears striking line, so that is used to focus. So for that we are using text num dot focus. So this line, you are seeing this line, right, a blinking line, that line will be shown in this box, number box, that is called a focus line, which is used to focus. Next we are writing again two if statement we should write. Next, if is numeric text num dot text is equal to false, then message box invalid input. Input next. Okay. Please enter a number. Enter a number. Close the semicolon to bracket. Next, text num dot text clear. text num dot focus. Next exit sum. For if function is used for when you enter any like when you enter like names, you should enter numbers. Without entering numbers, if you enter any words or alphabets by mistake and give check, so that function will be so this message will be get displayed. So invalid input, please enter a number. So for that we are using this function. Next, again one if function we should write, and we are using, so here also we are using text num dot clear. So this is used for when you enter an invalid words or number. So to get clear, we are using this function text num dot clear, and this I said it in this one text num dot focus, a line which blinks. Next line should be entered. To focus that, we are using text num dot focus. Next, if condition, if val text num dot text text is smaller than 0, then message box don't enter a negative number integer. So please enter a positive integer. Enter positive integer. Text num dot clear and text num dot focus. Focus and exit sum. So this function is used for when you enter a negative number like -1, -2, -3 smaller than 0. So this message will be get displayed. Don't enter a negative integer, please enter a positive integer. And text num dot clear and text num dot focus will be activated, and it will be exited from that function. And now we are going to give the formula for the Parlindrome. We are adding a formula for Parlindrome. So num is equal to var text num dot text num dot text and adding now a temporary variable num is equal to num, and we are using while loop while num is greater than 0, r is equal to num mod Now mode 10. Reverse is equal to reverse into 10 plus R. So here there is a red symbol showing, so that is means there is an error. So we should just check what is the error. There I wrote 2m, so clear that. If there is an error, it will be shown a red line. That is a symbol of error. Next, sum is equal to, I'll show why I'm writing this sum. Sum is equal to sum plus R. I'll show you when the program runs, or when I finish the code and when I run the program, I'll show you why that sum is given. Num is equal to num divided by 10, and end the while. So now I'll show you that how I will explain how this code works, or how this method can work in the code. So I'll show you. Num is equal to val text num. So num is equal to, here we should give a number like 1 to 1. 1 to 1 means it's a reverse of the number. Parlindrome is called as the reverse of the number. So I want this number with the reverse 1. So I given a number 1 to 1. Num is equal to val text num. We should text here. We should add a value that is 1 to 1. So this is a temporary variable. We should add here. That is for num. This is a temporary variable. Is equal to 1 to 1. So now we are using while loop here. So while num means number that is 1 to 1 is greater than 0, so R is equal to num mod 10. So we have to find R's value here. So R value we can find here. R is equal to num. Num is 1 to 1 mod 10. So this how we can find means. So in while we have taken 1 to 1. So in 1 to 1 we should take a number from right side, that is 1. Take this digit 1, so that will be our R value. That it converts here mod, so that it comes like R value is equal to 1. Is equal to 1. We should take here this value 1. So that from right side we should take 1 value, that is 1. That is the R value. Next we should reverse the number. So reverse formula or reverse is equal to, reverse means that is 0 value, 0 into 10 plus R. R value is here 1, so add 1. Now sum. This I'll show you afterwards why we are using this. So here it comes to the finds the value, then now R reverse is equal to 0 into 10 is equal to 0. So plus 1. Now reverse value will come as 1 is equal to 1. This is the value of reverse. Next it moves to, after this finish this work, it moves to the num. Num is equal to num divided by 10. So here it comes, and again it moves to the while loop. So again there is two number, that is 1 and 2. So moves to next number 2. So 2 is greater than 0, so it enters into the loop. So now here the R value becomes like 2. It now this R1 value it goes and it becomes R2. So next number from right side it's 2, right? So it comes 2. Next reverse formula it comes REV reverse is equal to, so here reverse value it came like 1. So we are taking 1 into 10, 1 into 10. Next plus, next we are adding the value R. This value is finished here, so next R value it becomes 2, right? So we should add 2. After that the formula continues to find a solution. So here reverse is equal to 1 into 10, it is 10 only, so plus 2, that's, so that is our value. Next reverse value is equal to 10 plus 2 is equal to 12. So this is the next step. So again it comes to num, here it checks the value 10. Next it again goes to the while loop and this check again there is any number, there is one number, so there is 1, and it, so if 1 is greater than 0 then it enters into the loop. So again it starts. Now here R value changes, so again these two numbers have been finished. Now last number is 1, so it R becomes again 1, is equal to 1. And reverse is equal to, so reverse value now it's 12, so it will be 12 into 10 plus R value is 1. Now it comes like, should solve this problem. Reverse is equal to 12 into 10, it comes 120. 120 plus 1, reverse is equal to 120 plus 1 is 121. So here you can see the number I had given, that is 1 to 1. So that's reverse, it comes like 1 to 1. So this is a palindrome. So this only we are going to solve in that code in the Visual Basics. After that we should now write LBL and sum dot text is equal to sum. Next we are writing if statement, if num is equal to reverse, then LBL result text is equal to, the number is Parlindrome, here is Parlindrome else LVL result dot text is equal to number is not Parlindrome. And if and ends up end of the class. So why we are writing this function? Because it should be shown the result. When you write a number, it should be shown that if it is a palindrome or it is a not palindrome. For that, we are using this statement: if result dot text is equal to the number is palindrome, else if that number is not a palindrome. So for that we are using this method. After writing, just we can run the code. Just click on this debugging symbol. When you click on it, a form get displayed. If there is an error, it will be shown, or if there is an error also, the form will be not displayed. So now there is no error, so it's showing the form. Now we can enter a number. So I'm going to enter 121. So just check. So number of digits is 4. I said it why I used this sum is equal to sum plus r. So here it's the result. So here is the result: 121 4. So 1 2 plus 1 is equal to 4. So it adds the number. When you enter a number, so it adds, if it's 3 digit is there in that number, it adds totally and it gives a sum of the digits, and it is showing the result. The number is palindrome. If I enter a wrong number, 1 2 3, and just I'm giving check, so it's sum of the digit is 6 and the result is the number is not a palindrome. It is not the reverse of the number. Now I'm going to show you why I wrote these if statements. These 3 if statement I wrote. So I'll show you. First one is if text num dot text nothing. When I enter, so take this. When I not enter a number, so I did not enter any numbers. Just I'll click check. It is showing input is empty. Please enter a number. So for that I wrote that if statement. So next one, if I write any alphabets, I'm writing alphabets and I'm giving check. So invalid input, please enter a number. So if I just press OK. If I write -1, check. Don't enter a negative integer, please enter a positive integer. So this is what the result. So that we are writing these if statements. So this is how we write code for the palindrome, for the reverse of the number.